Welcome back to Fightium, your home for the biggest stories, shocking returns, and the most powerful moments in combat sports and pro wrestling. If you're ready to dive into the chaos of Roman Reigns, Jon Moxley, and Seth Rollins colliding in WWE once again, then stay tuned, because this is a story that will shake the entire wrestling world. Jon Moxley's return was never supposed to happen. For years, the idea of Moxley walking back into WWE seemed impossible. But when the lights went out on SmackDown, and Roman Reigns appeared, he wasn't alone. Out of the shadows came the man once known as Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, standing shoulder to shoulder with the tribal chief. This wasn't just nostalgia. This wasn't just about a Shield callback. This was a warning shot. A message to Seth Rollins and his faction, the Vision. The WWE Universe realized instantly that this was bigger than any reunion. This was about power, pride, and control of the future. Roman Reigns has dominated WWE for years. His run as the tribal chief redefined what dominance means. But recently, cracks have started to show. The bloodline is no longer the untouchable dynasty it once was. Jey Uso broke away. Jimmy Uso turned his back. Solo Sikoa carved his own path. So why would Roman align himself with Jon Moxley? The answer is simple: leverage. Roman knows that Seth Rollins' vision is growing stronger every week. The vision represents rebellion, chaos, and manipulation, the exact tools Roman once used to build his empire. To counter this threat, Roman brought back a man who embodies violence, unpredictability, and raw destruction. That man is Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley is not Dean Ambrose. This isn't the goofy, unstable wildcard fans remember from WWE years ago. This is the battle-hardened warrior of AEW, NJPW, and the independent scene. This is a man who has bled in cages, fought in death matches, and carried promotions on his back. When he walked onto SmackDown with Roman Reigns, the energy shifted. The crowd didn't just see a return. They saw a threat. Moxley's aura is different now, darker, more violent, and more unpredictable than ever. Aligning with Roman Reigns doesn't mean loyalty. It means destruction. Moxley isn't here to play Roman's game. He's here to fight. And if the Vision is standing in the way, then Moxley will tear through them piece by piece. But this story cannot be told without Seth Rollins. The Vision has been building for months, Rollins surrounding himself with loyal followers, constructing a movement designed to reshape WWE in his image. The Vision isn't about family like the bloodline. It's not about chaos like Moxley. It's about control. Seth Rollins sees himself as the architect of the future, and he believes his vision will replace everything that came before. So when Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley walked into his house, into his ring, and into his story, Rollins didn't see brothers. He saw enemies. No matter how WWE tries to move on, the ghost of the Shield will always haunt the company. Roman, Seth, and Moxley changed the business forever when they arrived. They destroyed legends, dominated championships, and redefined what a faction could be. Now, years later, two of them stand together once more, not as brothers, but as weapons against the third. It's poetic. It's tragic. And it's dangerous. Because the Shield wasn't built on loyalty. It was built on ambition. And ambition always comes with betrayal. When you compare the Vision and the Bloodline, the similarities are undeniable. Both are movements built on one man's willpower. Both use loyalty as currency. Both dominate through fear and intimidation. Roman Reigns built the Bloodline around family. Seth Rollins built the Vision around ideology. But the truth is this: both are cults. The Bloodline demands blood. The Vision demands faith. And when Jon Moxley steps into this picture, he doesn't believe in family. He doesn't believe in faith. He believes in violence. This creates the perfect storm. Because now, the ideological war between Roman and Seth has an unpredictable wildcard in Moxley, a man who answers to no one. Bringing Jon Moxley back to WWE is not a small decision. For years, Moxley defined himself by leaving the company. He built his reputation as a man who said no to the machine and carved his own path in AEW, NJPW, and the Indies. So why now? Why bring him back alongside Roman Reigns? The answer lies in one word: ratings. WWE knows that shock moments create energy. They know that history sells. And they know that fans have long wondered if the three members of the Shield would ever cross paths again in a meaningful way. But WWE also knows the risk. Moxley doesn't play by corporate rules. His style is brutal. His persona is raw. His words cut deep. And that's exactly why fans believe in him more than most. Here's the biggest question of them all. Is Jon Moxley really aligned with Roman Reigns? Or is this a temporary convenience, a fragile alliance built on nothing more than a shared enemy? If history has taught us anything, it's that loyalty in wrestling is always conditional. Roman betrayed Seth in the Shield. Seth betrayed Roman? And Moxley? He betrayed both of them by walking away from WWE altogether. So imagine this: Roman trusts Moxley today. But tomorrow? Tomorrow, Moxley could be standing in the middle of the ring, raising a chair, staring down the tribal chief. That's the danger. That's the mystery. And that's why this return is so powerful, because nobody knows where it's going. The WWE Universe exploded the second Moxley appeared. The chants, the shock, the disbelief. It was one of those moments that will be replayed for decades. But fan reaction isn't just noise. It's energy. It's validation. The fans have always wanted something unpredictable, something real. And Moxley brings that authenticity. Roman Reigns is larger than life. Seth Rollins is theatrical. But Moxley? He's raw. He bleeds, he fights, he suffers. Fans connect to that in a way that no scripted storyline can manufacture. Every time a moment like this happens, the road to WrestleMania changes. Could we see Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley versus Seth Rollins and The Vision on the grandest stage? Could Moxley betray Roman and set up a dream match between two warriors who've walked separate paths? Could this even lead to a once-in-a-lifetime Shield triple threat for the undisputed championship? The possibilities are endless, and WWE knows it. This isn't just about one SmackDown moment. This is about planting seeds for the biggest payoffs possible. This return wasn't just shocking, it was symbolic. Think about it: Roman Reigns represents WWE's present. Seth Rollins represents WWE's ambition. And Jon Moxley represents WWE's ghosts. By returning, Moxley reminds the entire wrestling world that history doesn't disappear. The Shield was supposed to be buried. But now, in this collision, the past refuses to die. And that makes this confrontation more than just entertainment. It makes it destiny. Chapter 12, Seth Rollins' Perspective. Put yourself in Seth Rollins' shoes for one moment. You built the vision. You declared yourself the future. You positioned yourself as the man above all men. And suddenly, the ghosts of your past walk into your arena. Roman Reigns, the brother who betrayed you. Jon Moxley, the brother who abandoned you. Together, standing against you. How do you respond? With fear? With anger? Or with violence? For Seth Rollins, this isn't just a challenge. It's an attack on everything he stands for. And that makes his retaliation inevitable. Seth Rollins' vision isn't just about him. It's about the men and women who buy into his ideology. Names like Damian Priest, Finn Balor, or even fresh recruits represent his claim to dominance. But history has shown us that when you build a movement around loyalty, cracks always form. Roman Reigns knows this too well from his time leading the bloodline. Loyalty is fragile, especially under the weight of power. If Roman and Moxley push the right buttons, the Vision's soldiers could become its biggest weakness. Imagine if one of Seth's own followers questions his leadership. Imagine if the Vision collapses from the inside. Every WWE fan remembers June 2nd, 2014. That was the night Seth Rollins betrayed the Shield with one swing of a chair. That betrayal changed the course of WWE history. Now, years later, the roles are reversed. Seth is the leader. Roman is the challenger. And Moxley? He's the unknown. This confrontation reopens those wounds and forces the fans, and the superstars themselves, to relive the pain of betrayal. That's why this moment feels bigger than just wrestling. It's not just a match. It's history repeating itself. The question is, who swings the chair this time? Roman Reigns never walks alone. Even when the bloodline appears fractured, the shadow of his family looms over WWE. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, the Usos, all of them play a part in Roman's empire. But how does Moxley fit into this picture? Does he become a weapon for the bloodline, a one-night-only ally? Or does his presence make Roman's family question their leader? Because if Roman relies on outsiders like Moxley, what does that say about his faith in his own blood? This adds another layer of drama. The bloodline versus division isn't just about dominance. It's about trust. Think about the biggest returns in WWE history: The Rock in 2011, Brock Lesnar in 2012, Edge at the 2020 Royal Rumble, Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 38. Now add Jon Moxley's name to that list. Why? Because this return checks every box. It's shocking. It's emotional. It rewrites the company's future. But unlike those other returns, this one carries an extra layer of unpredictability. Nobody knows how long Moxley will stay, or if he'll play by WWE's rules. That mystery makes this return not just great, but legendary. Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley standing together is powerful imagery. But psychology tells us that alliances based on convenience rarely last. Roman thrives on control. Moxley thrives on chaos. Those two mindsets cannot coexist for long. The more success they have against Seth Rollins, the more tension will build between them. Roman will demand loyalty. Moxley will reject authority. And when that breaking point comes, the WWE Universe will witness a clash unlike any other.